Procurement policies must also eliminate the risk of fraudulent players looking for financial gains to protect First Nations' best interests.
The House of Commons Committee on Government Operations began hearings last Tuesday, probing how the federal government's business directory is filled with companies pretending to be Indigenous, having access to billions in contracts meant to boost the Indigenous economy.
So the minister says that the purpose of this program is to verify Indigenous identity and then spectacularly fails to put systems in place to verify Indigenous identity.
The solution is not to punish those for whom the policy is built, but to strengthen the policy.
Closing loopholes to protect the integrity of the Indigenous procurement program. But many say beyond that, Canadians need to better understand the harm caused by identity frauds.
They use the identity issue as an advancement in their careers. And what it does lead to, in which we take heed, we watch it carefully, it ends up leading into authoritative roles in government, authoritative roles in businesses, authoritative roles in having an impact on the decision of policy, which then impacts us.
While the government tries to crack down, Ghost Warrior Society is a volunteer group working online to expose so-called pretendians and educate Canadians how to spot fakes and avoid giving them work or platforms as speakers for Indigenous people.
When you have somebody that has a really, really tiny, very minimal detailed, biography, cookie cutter, shall we say, that has no real information, that's where you should, say, slow down and say, I think I'd like a little bit more detail. And there's nothing wrong with asking for more detail. In fact, it's encouraged.
For Truth and Reconciliation Day, they're hosting an online workshop for anyone who wants to know more. A challenge Indigenous leaders hopes more Canadians take up.
It's clearly a chase and run game that's happening, and I just hope at the end of the day, this change in this meeting will wake up the eyes of not only us as Indigenous people, wake up the eyes of Canadians.
Reconciling by working together to end the pretendian grift. Melissa Ridgen, Global News, Winnipeg.